We are recording. Okay, hold on. I think audio is good. And now we are streaming. Huge. I know why you're all here. I know you're so very excited. I can't even see myself. I can't even pretend like I know what I look like for sure right now. But here we go. W haircut reveal in 3, 2, 1. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. It's a lot less. Like here, if I look straight on, I think over a few days it'll get a lot better. But I quite like it how it is now. It just makes my head look very skinny. Not that I hate that, but it's just kind of interesting. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. I think the haircut turned out quite well, all things considered. I mean, oh shit! Y'all can't even fucking hear me? God damn it! Oh my fucking god! Already with this shit? I'm good, bro. I'm good off that. Holy shit! All right, but anyway, haircut. It looks fine. It's literally barely a change, other than just how poofy it was. So, anyway, uh, let's get on with it. I mean, shit. Chat, I do have a surprise for you, though. I have a surprise for you. I don't think y'all are ready. I don't think you're ready. I hope this works. Oh, an install. I've got to install something, chat. Give me 2 seconds. Me when I stream for the first time in 24 hours? Kidding. What the fuck does that even mean? Okay. Proceed. Already joined the game as this user. Oh shit. I'm dead ass dumbass. Holy idiot. Cancel. Is that even full screen? It is. Okay. Chat, this might be either really overwhelming or really underwhelming. Hold on. Dude! Dude, look at this shit! Oh my god, is it causing my stream to lag to hell? I don't know. I literally don't know, and I don't know if... Is my... How's my audio? Wow. Dude, look the fucking shadows and chat! Frame rate's not even bad on stream, W! Okay, huge. This is a huge improvement, chat. I always wanted shaders. I would get so jealous of those people on like Reels or whatever on TikTok or YouTube in general that had these shaders, and I was always just like, damn, I wish I had something that could run those. And I literally have this whole time. I just spent my whole time thinking like, ah man, it's too hard to set it up, so I'll never do it. I mean, like, holy, just fucking do it, you fucking idiot kind of standpoint. But like, is this not cool as fuck? Look at this! Oh my god. All the colors are so vibrant now. This is huge. This is huge for my mental health. I'm not even kidding. It might lag the stream, but like, I think it looks actually insane. Oh my god. Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Sammy, if you're watching this, keep your eyes on the road. Don't look at this if you're driving. I know you're looking. Don't look. Stop. Look at the road. Or if you're not, then Isn't this great? Let me know if it lags really bad though. I'm trying to keep track of watching earned you a drop. Earned me a drop. Oh, for Minecraft. On my me watching my own stream on Stream Manager got me a fucking Twitch drop. Right. All right. For sure. But anyway, yes, I'm gonna of course try to look at stream often to make sure it isn't lagging. But if you do notice it lagging really, really bad, please let me know because I want to at least have, well, I mean, shit. As well as that, let me know how much visuals even completely matter to you. Getting all these out of the way because I'm kidding. This is after I've seen the Snapchat video that you sent me. I took nothing personal by it when you said that you sometimes skip those. I just thought it was hilarious because I do genuinely just yap to fucking nothing after that time. It's just kind of like, what do I even say at this point? Oh my god. Okay, so it's the shaders, chat. The shaders made me bad. The shaders made me bad. I swear on everything. Ow. Okay, it might be lagging my own. Let me watch this. No, that... Okay, I think frame rate's gonna be just fine on stream. Maybe off stream it's not gonna be, but... So far, so good. Holy 2 viewers. No way. I'm kidding. What the fuck? Oh my god. Anyway, we just started, but as per usual, we'll start Forensic Files very soon. I just kind of want to get my bearings. We're going to be filling in a lot of the glass for the BBG today. Because we got the frame... We got the, we got the frame done yesterday. And it looks really, really good, I think. Oh, awesome. Just another diamond pickaxe down the fucking drain. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Forensic Files very soon. Holy, they left. Damn. I'm kidding. I don't watch the numbers, I swear. Oh my god, it's because I adjusted my hair, and it looks like absolute shit. At least with long hair, I can justify looking bad, because it's like long and unkept, like those people that get caught in fucking Forensic Files. Last, like yesterday. A man with unkept hair and a certain stature, or some bullshit like that. That's me. I am the unkept man. Except I'm quite kept, I think. At least I like to think that. Let me know in the chat if you think I'm unkept. That's a crazy question to ask. Do I think you wash your hair ever? No, I think you're dirty and gross and stupid. Yeah. That's always what I've thought, yeah. But... Oh my god, do I even have torches? How do I not have torches? Okay, big thing about the fucking shaders that I immediately noticed. Caves are so much worse. They're so much darker. Like, shaders should only be used when you're outside. Oh my god! The grass fucking moves! The grass fucking moves, chat. The grass moves. Holy low standards. Holy low standards. Chat. I don't even know how I've been single this long. My standards are so low, I literally just lost my shit over moving grass. Whatever. Whatever, chat. Whatever. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to have a stream where I make all of you tell me. All of you. All of me and Sammy tell me why you think I don't have a girlfriend. And then I just go off stream and just kill myself or whatever. Or something. I don't know. You know, something like that. I don't know. Maybe. So stupid. I actually meant to. You know what? So I think. So Sammy has, of course, figured out how to watch the streams on Twitch, but I do like putting them on YouTube, at least for the purpose of. Wait, do crits still show? They do. I just can't see it really well. So I don't like have to put them on YouTube, but I still will because I like the idea of immortalizing my videos or my stupid fucking content on a YouTube channel that nobody will find unless I tell them specifically what my username is. And I think that that's fun. So, whoa! Look at the water. What the fuck? It's like, oh my god. Literally, what the hell is wrong with my brain that the fact that doing this is revolutionary to my brain. If we start doing forensic files, my brain is gonna explode. Oh my god, and it's got some weird little white mining thing. Shit, I'll take that. This is cool as fuck, chat. Oh my god. Actually, so far, so not super dark. I realized we're in a very small cave. Oh, okay. So that's what it does. It makes these glow. Holy yawn. Jesus, I just looked at my own stream back. Yawn was crazy. It makes the those vines. Ooh, that was bad. Let me watch the stream back to see if it lagged that bad on there. It kind of did. Yeah. But anyway, what the hell was I saying? I don't know. Fuck. My bad. That's on me for real. I will somehow get back to it, I swear. I'm going to... Nope. How many times do I have to make that joke? Too many. I don't know. But no, I finally was like... I've had enough of playing perfect vanilla. I need to try some stuff. Especially now that I'm streaming. Oh, hello, darkness. What the fuck? Everything is... Oh, wow. Everything's so monotone. What is glowing over there? What the hell? Everything is so... Whoa, that's cool as hell. What does the nether look like, chat? I haven't looked at almost anything so far. Other than... What the hell is this? Copper? Wow, this is going to be a lot to get used to. Look at the BBG, chat. Look at the BBG. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Holy fucking flashbang. What the hell was... What the fuck was that? Okay, my bad. That's on me for real. Or something. Oh my lord. Okay, holy fucking fix your hair and don't touch it again. Fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. Nobody look. Nobody look. They found threats. Fuck you. It's me. I'm the threat. Sorry. Dumb joke. Okay. YouTube. We're going to find some forensic files. And let's go check the nether as well. Yeah. Sammy, I'm going to say when, but if it ends up being an if, then that's okay. When you are more consistent in the streams, we need to do more of these Jubilee videos. Or just like reacting or just doing other shit other than just playing games. As much as I love it, I had so much fun doing that other thing. I was just like, oh, we gotta run that back. So trust, we gotta. And I hope you want to as well, you know. You kind of have a choice, but if you're busy, then that's kind of tough shit, low-key. Just join the stream later. Sorry. Sorry. What the hell am I looking for? Forensic files. I don't need forensic files 2025. I just need forensic files. Brother. House hunting? Is that a good one? Hello loud, hello loud, hello loud.
Up next, a vibrant, successful real estate professional is brutally murdered.
This involved the entire range of violence.
Even hardened professionals are troubled by what they see.
Chat, we may not watch this whole thing.
Left at a scene, that's what we consider overkill.
Police find a possible witness and try hypnosis to get every detail.
How many times do you see composite sketch and you're like, okay, this looks like just about every human being on the face of the planet?
It was a real whodunit. I hate whodunits.
The killer leaves behind a clue, but would it be enough?
People will kill for the most trivial of reasons.
It's from like the file
On a hot summer day, a married couple decided to look at a sample home in the Craze Ranch housing development in McKinney, Texas. When they walked into the sample home, they couldn't find the sales associate. But they knew right away that something was wrong.
They walked into the living room and then they saw a blood trail leading into the kitchen.
And that's where they found the sales associate, Sarah Walker, in a pool of blood.
The victim was stabbed 27 times. There was an incredible struggle.
Furniture and plants were knocked over. It looked like the victim fought for her life.
It just didn't happen in a little 2x4 square area. If you can picture a barroom brawl, that's probably what was happening in that show house.
For there to be that much blood left at a scene, that's what we consider overkill.
Sarah Walker was 40 years old, recently divorced, and the mother of 2 children.
Damn.
I answered the phone. It was the McKinney Police Department. He said, Sarah has been assaulted and as a result has died of her injuries. And I just started screaming, no, no, no.
Sarah worked for a real estate company showing model homes to potential buyers and was very successful. She also appeared in some sales videos.
D.R. Horton is so proud to be in a neighborhood like this. It stands out above all the rest.
She was thrilling and she was exciting and full of energy. She would walk into a room and she would just light up the place. She had enough energy for, 4 or 5 people.
Police found a bank surveillance video recorded a few hours before Sarah's murder, showing her making a deposit.
How do I turn that off, chat?
She was wearing an expensive ring and watch. Neither one was found on Sarah's body.
The watch wasn't at her home when we searched her home. It wasn't in her car. It wasn't anywhere in her office.
So we started to think pretty soon that whoever had killed her had taken that ring and that watch.
She had it on 2 hours before she died. That helps us prove that, in fact, a robbery occurred.
Police also discovered that the killer most likely posed as a client.
She was talking to my cousin. She said, "I'm sorry, I have to go. Somebody just walked in," which means there's a customer here. I'm gonna go sell a house.
Just 30 minutes later, Sarah was dead. It was hard for investigators to imagine a crime of this magnitude in an upscale housing development.
Things just didn't match, really. It just struck me as the last place I would expect a crime like this to occur.
We had a real whodunit on our hands if it was a random attack. We were very concerned that someone who would kill Sarah in this manner was somebody who would probably not hesitate to do this again.
With a killer free, no one, especially McKinney police, could sleep easily.
So sorry, chat.
As investigators analyzed the scene of Sarah Walker's murder, they quickly discovered that she was killed in the living room after a horrific struggle. It was also clear that the killer was injured too.
He turned the
How's
deadbolt
that?
knob and he closed the blinds, but his hand was already cut, so he left his blood in both of those places. And then at some point he dragged Sarah into the kitchen and I think he tried to clean up because that was his blood in the sink.
Holy frickin'. It's gonna be a
Investigators
clean
also
up,
found
fuck up again,
perfectly
chat.
round drops of blood on the floor of the kitchen near the body.
Holy
That
idiot.
shape is indicative of blood being dripped straight down from a 90
Chat,
degree
it best
angle,
not be
straight
her
down.
husband, I swear
The
to
blood
fuck.
evidence provided police with the killer's DNA profile.
Oh my god, holy idiot.
At the autopsy, the medical examiner discovered no sign of sexual assault, but he did find something extremely unusual. Apparently, during the struggle, the killer bit the victim on the neck.
Bit
It
the
almost brought
victim.
this crime down to the level of savagery. I'm looking at
Jesus.
the evidence of one animal biting this woman because she's some sort of prey for him that he's going to take
That's crazy
and do
shit,
with
chat.
what he wants to.
Fuck's sake.
And it really was a disgusting feeling.
In a search for suspects, investigators first looked into Sarah's personal life. They discovered that Sarah had recently been divorced from her second husband, Randy Tate.
There was no
Randy.
love lost between the Walker family and Randy Tate. Let's put it that way.
Randy Tate was the last known person to see Sarah alive. Sarah dropped their son off at his house earlier that morning before she went to work.
Bottom line is I want him to catch whoever did this.
According to her family and friends, it was a divorce she did not want. She wasn't happy with it. She was hurt by it. So we knew that there were some tough feelings.
Randy Tate claimed he had an alibi, that he was playing golf with friends at the time of the murder.
He was initially very cooperative, but then started to become hesitant in our mind to cooperate when it came to DNA and that sort of thing, and seemed to be very angry.
But Tate did provide his DNA, and it did not match the blood DNA at the crime scene.
Where the hell did I just place that?
Next, investigators checked an internet dating site that Sarah joined called MillionaireMatch.com.
No shot.
When Sarah got divorced, that was very difficult on her
She
self-esteem.
wanted that money.
It was very hard
Hey,
to
real.
get back into
Real,
the
though.
dating world.
Sarah didn't date many men since her divorce. But when your photograph is on an internet dating site profile, there's always the risk of danger.
That's
Think about
for
it
sure,
this way.
chat.
If I exchange one email with a random stranger, or if I just write something like, "No thanks, I'm not interested," you
You're
have
cooked.
a suspect right there. If you return 30 or 40 no thank yous in a week, and trust me, women get inundated with that many requests,
Right.
well, you've got 40
Trust
suspects.
me. I'd be sending them
Investigators
out.
interviewed all the men Sarah spoke to from the site. Each provided a DNA sample,
What a guy.
and all were eliminated.
Funny shit.
By this time, several weeks had passed, and the trail of Sarah's killer was turning cold. Then, unexpectedly, Nelson Villavicencio, the husband of another realtor, came forward with some new information. He said, on the morning of Sarah's murder, his wife got a call from a man who identified himself as Chan Lee. He wanted to see the model home located across the street from the home where Sarah was killed.
She felt a little suspicious
that
about
right?
him and wondered if he was legitimate. And she tried to call the hotel he said he was at to find out what time he was coming, and he was not in the room that he said he was in.
In fact, no Chan Lee was registered at the hotel, but she still agreed to meet him.
Holy freaking
Remember,
idiot.
when you're in the real estate
What the hell am I
business,
saying?
you're in the business of making a commission. So you're going to accept all comers because you want to sell that house. You want to make that commission.
The realtor did take precautions.
My wife asked me if I was willing to come along, and I said yes. And I did it for my reasons.
When they arrived, an Asian male drove up in a white Mustang.
He had a t-shirt, no sleeves, jeans, sneakers, very athletic. And I asked him, excuse me, sir, is your name Chan Lee? And he looked up in the sky, did not make any eye contact with me, and sort of gave me a vague look saying like no, but he didn't express anything.
Nah, man, I don't know who that
to his
is.
car and drove away.
Is it that hard?
While Nelson
Oh my
and his
God.
wife waited in the townhome, they saw Sarah Walker arrive for work across the street.
What the fuck?
I yell at my wife, come and check this out. There's a
Yell at my
beautiful,
wife.
striking
W admission.
This postcard, and she's going to my wife said, oh, that's Sarah. And I said, oh, that is very good. And she said, yeah.
When Nelson and his wife realized that their appointment was a no-show, they left and saw the white Mustang parked next to Sarah Walker's car.
Sorry, what happened?
Nelson said they considered stopping by to say hello to Sarah.
I said, well, are we gonna go visit with Sarah? And my wife said, no, we're hungry, so we left.
The freaking
They
wife.
left at approximately 1 p.m. Sarah's body
There's that
was discovered
fucking
20
sound
minutes
again.
later.
If they had walked in prior to the defendant killing Sarah,
I can't do it.
would we have 3 bodies?
The possibility
All right,
we
this
had
is done.
visited Sarah
We're done.
and found myself and ourselves in the middle of it of something terrible. So it will always be in my mind.
I consider Nelson's wife to be very lucky. I think there's a high likelihood that she would have been the victim that day had she not brought her husband along with her to that subdivision.
Police now had a possible eyewitness, but would it be enough? Real estate saleswoman Sarah Walker was robbed and murdered in the sample home of an upscale neighborhood housing development. Her friends and family reacted with disbelief.
The family has suffered beyond imagination.
I believe she deemed it to be safe. She was very, very excited about the community when she was first placed over there. My fondest memory of Sarah, she would laugh at all of my jokes, whether they were funny or whether they were stupid. She would still just laugh, and so that always made you feel good.
In a fortunate turn of events, a witness came forward telling police he might have seen Sarah's killer. Unfortunately, by the time he came forward, several weeks had passed, and police feared he might have forgotten some of the man's physical characteristics.
Nelson just had such a brief look at this person. I was hopeful, but I was actually kind of doubtful that it was going to work.
So police decided to try forensic hypnosis before asking Nelson any questions about the man's description.
The purpose of forensic hypnosis is to bring out the detailed memory from the subconscious.
Man, how could...
Nelson was sent to Richard Shing, a Texas Ranger, and a trained forensic hypnotist.
You get them relaxed, and then in that relaxed state, you bring up
Another
a date
flashbang
or an
incoming.
offense and place
Close your
them
eyes.
back in a position of where they were, where they might recall an incident.
Forensic hypnosis has been used by law enforcement
I actually
since the
love that it
1800s. In Texas,
kind of
they've
de-glares,
reported a 75% success rate.
but it doesn't
Under
kill the...
hypnosis, the images in your mind, the
Shadows.
remembrances become so much clearer that I've got a lot of faith in his hypnosis.
The memory is already there in his mind. The memory, I'm not placing a memory in his mind. It's already there. We're just actually going back and revisiting that day and time.
The hypnotist wanted Nelson to think of the incident as if he were watching a movie. And then freeze frame the image of the man he saw at the model home. Nelson described the suspect as Asian, muscular, around 27 years old, 5'7" tall, with a buzz haircut. After he described each feature, he then looked through a book of photographs to choose the most similar.
Everyone, if you look closely, they have different shaped eyes and mouths and noses. And that book gives the witness an opportunity to flip through the pages and pick out different features that the suspect had.
Slowly, an image emerged of the man Nelson saw that day.
I was saying that with these facts and the sketch, we'll hit jackpot.
The composite drawing kind of brought the case back to the front burner again, because for a while we had nothing.
The sketch was released to the media and immediately produced results. Yet another local real estate agent said she recognized the
Holy
man.
shit, I know that guy.
She rented a home to him.
Oh my God.
And she said once he came to her home asking to use her phone.
Oh fuck,
When
no.
she refused to let him inside, he grew angry.
He's banging on her back door, and now she's terrified. Her dog's going crazy.
My back
This
door.
guy's now in her backyard banging on her back door. So then she calls the police.
Backyard,
Police
back door.
identified the man
All right, sorry.
as 25-year-old Kasul Chantakaman.
Being
His
insensitive.
parents were from Laos, but he was born in the U.S. A background check indicated he drove a white Mustang, worked as a delivery truck driver, and had a history of violence.
From age 15 forward, he was in jail. He assaulted a classmate, severe enough to be sent to juvenile detention when he was 15.
Jeebus.
He was out on that offense for several months, and then
God fucking
stole a
damn
car.
it. I need to
After
just
that,
build a staircase.
He robbed and kidnapped 2 elderly women
I
in
just
North
love looking
Carolina.
back at it too much.
He was released on parole just 6 months before Sarah Walker's murder.
He was paroled to Texas because his sister lived here, and his sister was willing to help him try to get his life back on course.
When he was interrogated by police, Kasul denied any involvement in Sarah Walker's murder.
Okay, this is 1 down. 2, 3, 4.
We're trying to find out the truth. What I think you know. What truth, man? That you were in that house and you washed your hands or you went over there and got a drink of water.
Kasul's left hand was covered with recently healed scars.
Oh nah,
as if he'd been in a knife fight.
The scars weren't lined up all along
Holy
the same
idiot.
plane. They were kind of going every which way.
And police had a secret weapon, the bite mark on Sarah's body. Would it match Kasul's teeth?
I bet it did. I bet it did.
Thanks to an eyewitness and forensic hypnosis, investigators now had a suspect in the murder of Sarah Walker, 25-year-old Kasul Chantakaman. Although he denied any involvement, prosecutors were convinced that he was the killer.
Kasul is a psychopath and a sociopath. And by that I mean that no matter where he is, he's always thinking about himself first. It's all about him. What can he get for himself? What can he do for himself? And others are objects to be used for his pleasure, for his needs.
That's crazy.
Say your name for me, please. Kasul Chantakaman.
Since the perpetrator bit the victim, Sarah Walker, investigators took photographs of Kasul's teeth and made
Oh, I bet they
dental
matched like
impressions.
hell. I bet they did.
The impressions were then compared to images of the bite mark.
What we tried to do is we tried to make it not match. We tried to rotate the models. We tried to flip them around. We tried to make it not work.
God,
It just kept
I can't
going
tell you.
back and back.
This man is
It
cooked.
was as positive as I've ever been about doing a forensic dentistry case.
Ironically, evidence found on Kasul's cell phone indicated he had a fascination with biting.
He'd been fantasizing about this.
What the
He had
hell?
a photograph on his cell phone of him pretending to bite his own dog.
Finally,
What the hell?
Kasul's DNA profile matched the DNA of the blood found
Biting
on the
his
floor
own dog.
next to Sarah's body.
Certainly, anytime you have DNA, I can't tell you how valuable
God,
that
no
is
way.
in today's environment with jurors. They
Chad, it makes
appreciate
the
it, they
fucking
accept it,
things
and since
shiny.
it's specific to one individual,
It makes the surfaces
it's
shiny.
invaluable to us as prosecutors.
Prosecutors believe
Oh
Kasul
my fucking
preyed
Lord.
on female real estate agents because they often worked alone. On that tragic day in McKinney, Texas, the evidence shows that Kasul called his first target, asking her to meet him at the model home. But she sensed trouble and brought her husband, which frightened him away.
Ah.
Excuse me, sir. Are you Chen Li?
I think bro likes Street Fighter. Chun-Li is a character in that game. Okay.
But Kasul didn't give up. He saw there was another model home across the street. And he saw Sarah Walker arrive for work.
Sorry, chat. I just take these for symmetry
Prosecutors
purposes.
believe he went
that's not
inside and tried to rob Sarah.
Holy Horizon line.
There was a fight.
That's beautiful.
While trying to subdue her, Kasul bit her. Then he used his knife and stabbed her more than 20 times and cut himself in the process.
Freaking idiot, bro.
Nelson Villavicencio and his wife were just outside while the murder occurred. Had they stopped in to say hello to Sarah, they too might have been victims.
He would not have stopped.
Oh, wait.
He definitely would have kept going.
A beautiful, successful woman. Her life tragically cut short. Sarah's family still tries to cope with the loss.
Although she's not here with us now, she is in a place that we all dream of, that we all hear of. And I believe that she's probably doing the same thing up there as she did while she was here, which is helping people find their home.
In October of 2006, Kasul was convicted of capital murder and sentenced to death.
People will
That's
kill
crazy. Every
for the
time I
most
see the
trivial
death
of
penalty,
reasons,
I'm always like,
reasons that no rational person would ever imagine.
What the science did in this case is it made that defense attorney get up in his opening statement and say, my client is guilty and this was a robbery gone bad. He would not have said that if we hadn't had the physical evidence that we had in this case.
This case turned out to be the perfect marriage of good police work, excellent science, and prosecutorial expertise. It was the perfect blend of all three of those things coming together to where we got this case from the day Sarah was murdered until he was convicted and sentenced.
Oh, no outro music? What the fuck? Oh. What next, chat? What next? Window watcher? Ew. Maybe later. I don't know. All that glitters is gold. Chat, that's a fucking Prince song. Well, it's not a Prince song, it's a Prince lyric. Maybe this is about Prince.
Up next, a bullet-riddled car, a missing driver, and no witnesses.
It would seem that she was still alive when she was removed from the car.
Who would do such a thing like this on a public roadway?
Was it an ambush or a random attack?
This is my defenseless little girl who had been shot at.
It was a head scratcher from the get-go.
Some tiny evidence provides the
Shit.
answer.
On her skin, on her jacket.
I had no idea.
You can't get rid of this stuff.
Do I even have a picture of the front of the place? Or I'll just do the opposite corner, then we'll do the rest.
In Southern California, like elsewhere in the United States, virtually everyone celebrates Independence Day. Some celebrate a little too much. That's what police thought when they found a deserted car around 4 o'clock in the morning with the engine still running off Route 118, just north of Los Angeles.
A lot of people thought that maybe somebody was drunk and they had abandoned their car alongside the road.
But a closer look revealed something more serious.
We had several bullets that had went through the windshield into the vehicle, and 2 additional bullets that had went through the side of the vehicle.
A woman's shoe was inside the car. Another was outside. Blood was on the steering wheel, the driver's seat, and floorboard. Police fanned out all over the area. There was no blood trail. No victim.
It was highly unusual for us to have a violent crime scene like that where the victim was missing.
The car was a rental and had been leased that day to Megan Barroso, a 20-year-old college student who lived nearby. Her purse was covered in blood. Her cell phone was inside. It looked as if she had tried to use her phone to call for help.
She had gone.
I kind of really like it though.
Party with her best friend and some
still raining.
other young people, I believe, in the beach area.
Okay, it's better.
According to friends, Megan left the party alone at 2:45 a.m., a little more than an hour before her car was found. Police checked local hospitals, but no one matching Megan's description had checked in.
That's so
we
fun.
didn't know if this person
the ground
was
is
either
still
dead or
shiny
alive.
even after.
There was a significant amount of blood in the car, but not enough to suggest that the person was in fact dead.
My daughter was out there somewhere, and I was hoping that I would get a call from her any day, any minute. No call came.
Damn.
Investigators found 5 shell casings at the end of the exit ramp, and another about 200 feet away.
Our forensic people were able to tell us that it most likely was an AK-47 type rifle, an assault rifle.
Whoa.
Knowing that Megan had been assaulted with this AK-47, again,
crazy.
Just sent chills of agony through
what
my
the hell?
mind.
Investigators also noticed a fresh scrape along the driver's side of the car. It looked as if Megan's car had been sideswiped. Then, investigators got a huge break. They learned that Megan's rental car was one of the first to be equipped with an event data recorder.
The event data recorder is a huge step forward in traffic safety. It's like the black box in an aircraft that gives us an opportunity to better understand how crashes happen.
The recorder, a
Chat, we
small
know all about
onboard
black
computer,
boxes.
is always on. In the event of a crash,
We
it
surely
automatically
do.
saves the previous 5 seconds of information. When Megan's car hit the median, it activated the data recorder. It revealed that 5 seconds earlier, Megan's car was at a complete stop.
I think he started shooting at her. She was probably ducking, but at some point she realized, I better get out of there.
The recorder showed Megan floored the accelerator.
She went to 100% open throttle. She jammed that gas pedal to the floor and she tried to get out of there.
Blood inside the car showed Megan was wounded and possibly still alive. But where was she?
We knew we had a body somewhere. We just couldn't find her.
As police searched for 20-year-old Megan Barroso, they tried to reconstruct her activities on the night of her disappearance. Her friend said she left a 4th of July party at 2:45 in the morning and was alone. Her abandoned car was found at the bottom of an exit ramp off a deserted stretch of highway about an hour later.
We found that Megan didn't have any boyfriend problems. She didn't have anyone that was upset with her. In fact, it was the opposite. Everybody liked Megan.
Someone had fired multiple shots into Megan's car with what investigators believed was an AK-47 assault rifle. To recreate the shooting, analysts used lasers to determine where the shooter was standing.
We use a laser beam because it's a nice, straight, light beam that we can just project through a number of holes. And
Sure can.
It makes a good display. It allows us to see where the bullet is passed through.
I
what
bet
it's
it does.
interacted with.
The laser
sir.
analysis showed the shooter stood 60 feet away from Megan's car when he started firing, and he closed the distance with each shot.
Damn.
One shot hit the hood. 3 hit the windshield. Another hit
passionate
the
right
driver's
now.
side door. Investigators concluded the shot fired through the passenger side door happened somewhere else.
It came in from a completely different direction. It couldn't have been part of the same series of gunfire without a dramatic change in the position of the shooter.
This gunshot, along with the sideswipe on Megan's car, led analysts to conclude this altercation happened on the highway. With the laser information and event data recorder, investigators put together this animation of what they thought.
Wait.
It was clear. Someone tried to...
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I was expecting something crazy. It just wasn't. Hold on. Hold on. Is this gonna work? No. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's watch.
Of what they thought happened. It was clear. Someone tried to force Megan off the highway by sideswiping her car.
her. Yep.
Then Megan's attacker moved to the passenger side and fired into her back seat.
Oh, that's really
As
insensitive. I'm
Megan
so
drove
sorry.
off the exit ramp, her attacker must have sped in front of her, blocked her path, and started shooting.
That's
There were 4
crazy.
shots. She floored the accelerator. A 5th
So
shot
one of
went
them
through
hit
the side
her, huh?
door and hit Megan. The blood
Fuck.
evidence shows Megan tried to reach for her cell phone, possibly to call police. Her car hit the median.
Oh no.
The assailant apparently dragged her into another vehicle and drove away.
Damn, bro. Okay, hold on. Oh shit, I was gonna restart the video. Not restart, but play.
You have to assume that the person that carried out this crime was very, very bold, very much a risk taker.
There were questions about who would do such a thing like this on a public roadway, and 118 is a very public roadway.
The blood inside the car meant Megan was wounded, but was probably still alive when she was abducted.
At that point, I realized that my daughter was in horrible trouble, that this was not, not a good situation.
No,
and
bruh.
this was a real big, bad thing that was happening.
Yeah, brother.
The sheriff's department, along with other law enforcement agencies, offered a reward for information leading to an arrest. But 3 long weeks passed with no leads on Megan's abduction. Then, a Simi Valley resident called police with some information. He said he found a homemade videotape in his roommate's trash showing sexual acts so horrifying he knew it needed to be reported to police.
Oh, fuck.
Lo and behold, here's this guy raping these women.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't. Hold on. Can we?
Showed Sanchez
To actually see a woman being raped.
Okay.
Bed.
It was an AK-47.
My neck stood up. The gun's right here. It's underneath the bed. And as soon as I looked at it, the hair on the back of my neck stood up.
Let's just hope we're
It was
we're
an
through
AK-47.
that, wow.
Detectives
Wow.
also found something near the trash outside the house.
I excused myself from the interview to take a phone call, and I walked outside the residence and Over by some trash cans, I saw a garment of clothing on the ground and walked up to it, and I saw that it was a green jacket.
It was a green Gap jacket with an orange line. It was fairly distinctive. And he saw what he believed to be a bullet hole in the side.
It was the same color jacket Megan Barroso wore on the night she was abducted.
Damn, bro.
Was it possible
I bet
Megan was still alive?
Well, okay, maybe not.
Just days after investigators found Megan Barroso's green jacket in the trash outside a Simi Valley home, a search team with a cadaver dog discovered some skeletal remains in a ravine 10 miles from the abduction site. Dental records confirmed it was Megan Barroso.
Damn.
I was devastated. Oh, you know, I mean, I'm sinking. This is I'm drowning now. You know, this is it. It was absolutely terrible. Oh, you know, it was like the lights are out now. You know, this is bad.
The medical examiner recovered bullet fragments and determined that Megan died from a single gunshot wound to her abdomen.
But there was not forensic evidence to conclusively say that she had been sexually assaulted.
It looked as if Megan was still alive when she was left in the ravine.
She was in a fetal position with one arm bent under her head, like in a sleeping position. That wouldn't be a position that a body would land in.
Then the medical examiner noticed something unusual. Red glitter.
What they call pixie dust in Megan's hair and on her clothing. And it was red glitter in essence.
Megan's green jacket was found outside the home of Vincent Sanchez, a part-time electrician who came to police attention when his roommate found a homemade videotape of Sanchez sexually assaulting several women.
Yikes.
When police studied the videotape in detail, they discovered the women were the victims of the Simi Valley rapist. 50 unsolved rapes police had been trying to solve for the past 5 years.
Holy
shit. The perpetrator would break into the home of the victims, primarily in the evening. Some of the victims were young teenage girls, 15, 16 years old, with parents sleeping in another room within the household.
When questioned by police, Sanchez admitted he was the Simi Valley rapist, but denied having anything to do with Megan Barroso's murder.
What?
Very hesitant to answer. Didn't want to talk anymore.
Brother, you're already cooked.
Didn't know what I was talking about.
Might as well add on to the fucking cake.
Investigators searched Sanchez's pickup truck for possible clues.
Fucking scumbag.
It was clear
Holy shit.
the truck had been thoroughly washed and cleaned. But tape lifts of the upholstery found something very difficult to get rid of. Tiny specks of red glitter. Investigators also found red glitter in the green jacket found outside Sanchez's home. They even found one microscopic speck on the AK-47 rifle Sanchez's roommate turned over to police.
You know what, chat?
To find out if all this glitter was from the same source. Investigators sent it to Edwin
we
Jones,
are
a
all wearing
forensic
glitter the
scientist
next time we go
with
out
one of the
drinking.
largest collections of glitter in the world, with close to 1,000 specimens.
I have an unusual hobby of collecting micro things, and I've been collecting glitter for many years.
Hold on. Chat, I gotta see the glitter guy.
Collecting glitter for many.
Oh,
I have an unusual
he's actually not
hobby of collecting
as
micro
interesting
things,
as I thought he would be.
and I've been collecting.
I'll flash his image quick. This is the glitter guy. Sammy, watch the road, or your job. Whatever. I don't know. Anyway, just kidding. This is the glitter guy. I thought he would be weirder. He's not. It's fine.
Collecting glitter for many years before this case, and I've been collecting glitter since this case.
Under a microscope, Jones discovered that this red glitter was a hexagon shape, approximately 250 microns. Jones knew immediately
that
this was unlike any of the red glitter samples he'd ever seen.
I found out that the glitter had one layer of aluminum for reflection.
Shaders are so not
literally,
practical.
The particle was asymmetrical, meaning that it's not the same on both sides.
It's red on one side and silver on the other. It was a very unique type of glitter that just this one company had made.
It's
Jones
realistic,
discovered
sure.
that this glitter was not a best-selling item. Only 10,000 bottles had ever been made. Investigators learned that during the 4th of July party Megan attended, the host threw red glitter on everyone, including Megan.
I said, "Do you still have the bottle?" She said, "Yes, I do." So we then went and recovered the remaining portion of the glitter.
Scientists confirmed the glitter in Megan Barroso's hair came from Megan's friend, and it was the same glitter found in Sanchez's truck, on the AK-47 rifle, on Megan's jacket found in Sanchez's trash, and Megan's own car. It was the only piece of evidence that tied Sanchez to everything. Investigators also searched Sanchez's truck for blood.
When the tech put aluminol on the inside of the vehicle, it lit up like a Christmas tree.
DNA testing
wait.
Blood.
Holy shit, Sammy fucking called it.
Truck for blood.
When the tech put aluminol on the inside of the vehicle, it lit up like a Christmas tree.
Is that the same guy, do you think? I wonder.
DNA testing revealed blood on the passenger seat.
It did not say it. Well, I don't know.
Was Megan's.
There was a horizontal.
There was no, unless
apparent blood stain right in the area.
Unless they show it again, there's no actual showing of this previously mentioned Christmas tree.
To her side, indicating that she had been sitting upright in the passenger seat of that truck at one point. So she wasn't dead, she was sitting.
Forensic tests on the scrape mark on the side of Megan's car matched the paint from Sanchez's truck. Investigators test-fired the AK-47 and compared the bullets to fragments found with Megan's body.
We tied that
Chat, I do not love how much I can't see underwater.
And to the body boat with the fragments that were taken from the car, from
I
the
haven't even
crime
gotten a
scene.
stack of fucking
Certainly
sand
that
yet.
helped to tie the rifle into Mr. Sanchez, and Mr. Sanchez then to the crime scene.
Then police discovered Sanchez's real target that night wasn't Megan Barroso at all, but someone else. Investigators learned that on the 4th of July, Vincent Sanchez had an argument with a former girlfriend, and he was angry because she hadn't invited him to her family picnic.
We theorized he took that AK-47, he got in his truck, and he was probably out looking for his girlfriend.
Whether he planned to use the weapon on his girlfriend or her family is unclear. But along the way, investigators believe Sanchez saw Megan at an intersection,
Oxygen.
changed his mind,
What is hitting
decided to follow her
Oh.
instead.
I can't even see where it's coming
shows
from, chat.
Sanchez tried to get Megan to pull over.
Where the...
He then fired into Megan's back seat. Again, Megan refused to stop. Sanchez pulled ahead of her, cut off her path, and started shooting.
Holy shit.
Megan tried to get away. She was hit by the shot through the car door. Megan may have reached for her phone to call for help, lost control, and hit the median barrier.
Damn.
Sanchez then abducted Megan and drove off. The whole time she shed the distinctive red glitter into his truck, onto his rifle, and on her jacket. Medical experts believe Megan was alive when Sanchez left her in the canyon ravine. He left her there without her pants and probably took her jacket as a trophy.
I couldn't get away from the idea that this had happened to my little girl. That beautiful little girl who always had a smile for me, who always gave Dad a big hug. I miss her hugs. To this day, I miss her hugs.
In October of 2001, Sanchez pled guilty to being the Simi Valley rapist and was sentenced to life in prison. He also pled guilty to Megan's murder. Sanchez claimed he didn't sexually assault Megan.
The defense in this case, their main objective was to save him from a death sentence.
But given Sanchez's past, jurors concluded he did sexually assault Megan.
Good.
And sentenced him to death.
Look at this shit, chat.
He has no conscience. I hate
Crying
to say he's
Obsidian looks
an
really
animal
cool.
because it's just it's too nice of a description for him.
It was just so amazing, all the detail and the amount of effort that went into each little piece of the puzzle, of the forensic science of it all.
No one doubts that Sanchez would have claimed more victims. But a strange combination of evidence, ranging from laser ballistics to analysis of a car's onboard computer to something as seemingly insignificant as glitter, proved his guilt.
Damn.
It was just amazing what the criminalists were able to do and the experts were able to say to put together a very vivid picture for the jury as to what happened.
With forensic science, chat.
I would say the most compelling science was the blood found in Vincent's vehicle and also the pixie glitter. That was amazing that they could put those pieces of pixie glitter together.
Hey, chat, we all wearing pixie glitter the next time we go out.
Areas, and it was consistent amongst each other.
Sammy, when we go to the bars in Iowa City, we're wearing pixie glitter. For our safety, of course. Holy stupid. Jesus Christ. Alright. Next episode. Fashion police. This will be interesting. Holy shit. New episode. Chad, I almost sneezed. I almost did. I lost it though.
Up next, an apartment complex is the site of a brutal murder.
She was stabbed multiple times. It looked like it was sexually motivated.
How could someone do that? Why would someone do that?
Police find a clue next to the body.
During that struggle is when the button came off and fell to the ground.
But who killed her?
It was a sex crime, but that didn't limit it just to men.
A jealous lover, an exotic dancer, an ex-husband, all had a possible motive, and the button held the key.
The button? Like a shirt button?
"35-year-old Julianne Braun worked as a consumer loan officer in Fresno, California, helping people get car loans and mortgages.
Holy shit.
But that wasn't the only way she assisted others.
If someone was hitchhiking down the road with a can in their hand for gas, she'd go, "Mom, let's stop and pick them up." And I said, "Julie, are you crazy?" And I used to tell her, you know, to just be careful.
She was always positive. She never yelled at anybody. If you didn't get along with her, then there was something wrong with you, because she was the nicest person in the whole world.
Damn.
Julie was always punctual, so when she didn't show up for work one Monday morning, it was cause for alarm.
Julie's boss called and said she didn't come to work and she didn't call in. And I just started shaking. I knew there was something wrong because Julie was not that kind of a person.
Julie's mother went over to her daughter's apartment and found her body just inside the door.
Damn.
she had been stabbed to death.
When my daughter died, it was like someone took a piece of my heart. Julie was my whole life.
The medical examiner estimated that Julie was murdered the night before her body was discovered. She had been stabbed 37 times.
37?
It appeared to be a sexually motivated crime, but oddly, there was no sexual assault.
She was in her underwear, and there was just a massive amount of blood under her, around her. It was obvious that there was a significant amount of physical damage to her body.
Fortunately, Julie's 2 children weren't home when the crime occurred. They were with Julie's ex-husband.
Damn.
Robbery wasn't a motive. Julie's purse, with money and credit cards still inside, lay untouched on the kitchen counter. A possible murder weapon, a 4-inch steak knife, was in the kitchen sink, but it was clean. There were no signs of forced entry. Was it possible Julie knew her killer?
Everything pointed to whoever came in that apartment came in non-violently, was allowed in. It wasn't something where they had forced their way in and attacked Julie.
Police found some bloody shoe prints at the scene, one on Julie's body.
When I saw that footprint, that told me an awful lot about who I was looking for. He showed exactly what he thought about what he did by just pushing her aside like she was nothing more than a piece of meat.
Unfortunately, none of the shoe impressions could be used as evidence.
With carpet, you can't tell the pattern of the shoe, but you could tell the form of a shoe print in the blood itself.
In a search for suspects, Julie's apartment managers told police an unusual story. 3 nights before the murder, the manager's wife was taking her nightly walk around the apartment grounds. A new tenant, a young man she barely knew, told her there was a broken window at the end of his hallway, and he asked her to check it out.
Okay, where exactly is the broken glass at?
It's down a dark walkway. He's persistent over and over. He asks her, come over here and take a look at it. Come over and take a look at it. She wants nothing to do with it. The manager's wife told that person that she would notify her husband.
W more sunflowers, W Sammy mentioned, W.
The next day, she
everything.
checked.
I don't know.
There was no broken window.
I just saw it.
For whatever reason that person had,
There's a bunch of
that
roses
person
up
wanted
here?
to take
Why
the
is there so
apartment
much
manager's
red?
wife into a very dark, very secluded area of that apartment complex, and that raised a huge flag for
Everything
us.
looks
We
so
wanted to
cool
talk
when it's
to that
far
person.
away. It's like they blur together.
Coincidentally, the tenant was Julie's next door neighbor.
It is just random red flowers.
In a haunting irony, Julianne Braun chose her apartment complex because of its safety features.
She specifically rented that place because of the security. They had security gates. You couldn't get in without a key to get, the slide key to get in. And it was really a nice place.
The apartment manager's wife told police to question
Holy bunny
Julie's
family, no
next-door
way, that's
neighbor,
so
a new
cute.
tenant, 23-year-old Jeremy Overstreet.
Overstreet.
Jeremy lived with an exotic dancer named Holly Doyle.
Okay.
They met at the strip club where she worked. Overstreet was unemployed, and Holly said she found him articulate and attractive.
At the club.
She was kind-hearted, felt sorry for him,
brother.
Things of that nature.
Bro thought he could fix her.
She brought him home.
She thought she could fix him.
When questioned by police, Holly said Overstreet was home on the night Julie was murdered, and she saw no blood on his shirt when he came in.
There were witnesses, people that had been over at Holly's apartment. He had gone back to the apartment instead of doing what he normally did, which was sit down, have some drinks, and continue to talk. Went straight to a room, told people not to disturb him. He was tired.
A background check revealed Overstreet had a criminal record.
Jeremy had just been paroled. He had been incarcerated for a previous rape.
But Overstreet violated the terms of his parole by moving to Fresno. Holly said Overstreet took off when he saw all the police around the apartment complex investigating Julie's murder.
That by itself would have gotten him picked up by the first officer that found him.
As police searched for Overstreet, another suspect emerged.
I had no idea who would hurt my daughter. My first thought was her ex-husband.
Investigators learned that Julie's ex-husband, John Braun, did something on the night of Julie's murder that he'd never done before. He didn't bring the children home to Julie's apartment as he had always done. He said there'd been a change of plan.
It was strange because he always took the boys home at 6 o'clock. That night, they had gotten back from the lake too late.
I'm sure I was the first one they wanted to talk to. They were wondering, why were you late? Were you circling around? Did you come in and leave the boys somewhere? You know, why this night are you late?
In addition, police learned that John Braun was a few $1,000s behind in child support payments.
Oh, brother.
Could this have been a motive for murder? With no signs of forced entry into Julie's apartment, John was certainly someone Julie would have allowed in.
When we have homicide investigations, we look at everybody. Everybody could be and is a potential suspect.
Anytime you're having a divorce situation where kids are involved and one half of that equation is getting on with life and getting into a new relationship, that gets volatile. And John Braun was moving forward. He was dating someone. It was getting serious.
In fact, John's new girlfriend, Brenda Stanton, was another person police wanted to talk to. Julie would also have allowed Brenda into her apartment.
There's nothing to say that it couldn't have been a female suspect that went in and did that.
Brenda, a 32-year-old school teacher, had no criminal record. But 3 days before Julie's murder, Brenda and Julie got into a fight. Apparently, Brenda believed that Julie was trying to get back together with her ex-husband.
Oh, brother.
We used to call his girlfriend Elvira. And she said Elvira and her got into an argument, and John and her had gotten into an argument, and it was just one big mess.
Go question her too. We'll question everyone. I wanted to make sure that whoever did this got caught.
Then, investigators found an important piece of evidence in Julie's
Oh, holy shit,
apartment.
I just doxed myself.
About 18 inches to 2 feet west of where her head lay, I noticed a button, and it was just there on the carpet, right close to where her head is.
The logo on the button, Eddie Bauer, 1920, was clearly visible. Strands of thread were hanging from the button, indicating it had been torn from a shirt.
Also, yeah, by the way,
the button did not
it's
come from
10:16.
Julie's
We are not
clothes
getting a
or
Sammy
any of the
Pants.
blouses in her
I
closet.
can't remember if she said that the
didn't
concert
just
was
fall
tonight
from
or
somebody who
tomorrow
might have
night.
visited her the day before.
But if you're
That
watching
was
this
something that the killer left
at a
behind.
later time, later than when you saw the concert, I hope you had a great time.
According to the
I mean,
Eddie
you
Bauer
know,
Company,
concerts
the
are
button
great,
found at
especially
Julianne
orchestra
Braun's
concerts.
crime
I'm sure they're
scene
so,
could have
so
come
good.
from a woman's blouse or a man's shirt. When questioned by police,
I wish
Julie's
I
ex-husband John Braun and
went
his new
more
girlfriend Brenda Stanton both denied
to
owning
see like
an
shows
Eddie
like that.
Bauer shirt.
You know,
We had to find out who it belonged to, where it came from. We had to find a specific tie to this button, why it's there.
Then, Julie's mother remembered something that Julie said to her on the phone the night she was killed.
I'll remember that day forever. She says, "Mom, let me call you back. I'm helping a neighbor right now."
If that neighbor were Jeremy Overstreet, it
You're
could
caught.
account for the lack of forced entry. So the search for Overstreet took on a new significance. When questioned, Overstreet's girlfriend, Holly Doyle, said she bought Overstreet 4 shirts, and one of them was missing.
She described it as a green, tan, and a red plaid short-sleeve shirt.
Holly bought the shirt at an Eddie Bauer store just a few miles away.
She immediately went to the men's department, a particular clothing section. She looked around, said, "This is it." She picked it out of all the other shirts that were, "This is the one I bought him, this is the one that's missing." And I asked her, "Are you sure about this?" She said, "Yes, I'm sure."
The buttons on this shirt appeared to be identical to the button found at the crime scene.
Of fucking course.
Everything was kind of falling into place. Everything was going in the direction that we needed to go in order to solve this case.
Police scoured the inside of Julie's apartment for any signs of forensic evidence that would link Overstreet to the crime.
Obviously, also...
Unfortunately, they couldn't find any.
Also, of course, I will hopefully have already asked you how it went. This is not... Other than just kind of leaving messages for you to find whenever you decide to watch these, I do not consider this a primary form of communication between us. I just be saying shit, and I never know if you're gonna see it or not. I should start leaving, like, messages, like, right in the middle of the video. Like, at the exact 2-hour mark of a 4-hour video, I'm gonna, like, say some crazy shit. And if you never ever react to it, I'm gonna know that you don't watch the full thing. But I would assume you do with the way you describe the ways that you watch my videos, which is just like you put them on and they're just in the background. But yeah, I don't know. I just think it would be hilarious. Just like. No, that would be dumb. But I might do it. I might do that. I find that funny. And I hope you would too. But there's, whatever. There's nothing stopping me from just, like, doing that exact thing, you know? Start video.
They also couldn't find Jeremy Overstreet.
You could tell by looking at Ben, and I'm sure he could tell by looking at me, that our stress level was about at 100%.
1 week later, because of his credit card activity, police found Overstreet in a San Jose hotel 150 miles west of Fresno. Police had nothing concrete to tie him to Julie's murder, but were still able to arrest him.
We had him in custody for parole violation, nothing else. We had time on our side to work the Julie Braun case 100%.
Right.
In his wallet, Overstreet had one of Julie Braun's business cards.
Oh, brother.
What he had was a trophy. It wasn't a business card for business purposes. It was a trophy to stamp another victim in his book.
Yep.
During his interrogation by police, Overstreet wouldn't say where he put his Eddie Bauer shirt.
One of those shirts was gone, and also a pair of pants were gone. Jeremy had no explanation for where they were.
I won't tell you where the hell I put my shirt.
And that's consistent with somebody who had slashed Julie, stabbed Julie, and had blood on her clothes. And that wasn't going to wash out, not with that crime scene. He had to get rid of them.
On Overstreet's right hand, investigators noticed a large healing scar across his knuckles.
It sure looked an awful lot like a knife had gone down that knuckle.
But investigators didn't find Overstreet's blood or any other forensic evidence at the crime scene. Investigators needed more than a shirt button to charge Overstreet with murder, and feared
honestly, I would kind of hope so.
Walk free. The prime suspect in Julianne Braun's murder was her next-door neighbor, Jeremy Overstreet, who had a previous conviction for rape and robbery. Investigators didn't find Overstreet's blood in Julie's apartment, despite the fact that he had a recent wound on his right hand. So investigators decided to look for evidence in Overstreet's apartment.
We did notice some items of clothing that belonged to Mr. Overstreet. Those were taken as evidence, but none of them were the clothing that we were looking for.
But with so much blood at the crime scene, investigators paid particular attention to anything that resembled blood in Overstreet's apartment.
We observed these small brownish colored specks. One on the bathroom door, and a couple on the cabinet below the sink, and one cross on the opposite wall.
A phenolphthalein test showed it was human blood.
We can work with very, very small amounts of DNA. I've always said that if it's sort of pin-sized, I can see it, that I can get a profile.
But scientists didn't find just one DNA profile.
No.
They found a mixture of 2 female donors.
No way.
One was from Holly Doyle, which made sense because she also lived in the apartment.
Right.
Which could have been simply from her touching the door.
The other was compared to Julie Braun's DNA.
The DNA that I extracted and typed from the bathroom door, in my opinion, came from Julie Braun. I have no doubt about that whatsoever.
In your opinion?
It was
what does
a
that
home
even
run,
mean?
if there ever was a home run.
In fact, the odds were 1 in 2.3 trillion that it was anyone but Julie Braun.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I was told that the DNA belonged to Julie.
So it's
Words can't
basically
describe the
fact.
feeling
You
that
just
came over
don't.
me. That came
You
over
can't
us in
say
the
that,
unit.
I guess.
There's only one way her blood got into his bathroom, and that was because he was at the scene at the time.
Jeremy Overstreet admitted being inside Julie's apartment. He said she was giving him advice on how to get a car loan since she worked in the finance field.
An unbelievable story. You
That
have no job, but yet you're going to go talk to this person who's in charge of financing to get financing for a car. Let's be real here.
Overstreet
Let's be
denied
real
any
here.
involvement in her murder, but he couldn't explain the blood.
I like that guy.
In July of 1999, Jeremy Overstreet was charged with first-degree murder and attempted rape.
Damn.
He gave her the same choice that he gave his victim from Southern California. You can either have sex with me or you can die.
Dude,
the choice is yours.
Oh my god. You best be killing yourself in GTA after that.
Prosecutors believe Overstreet
Holy
was
fuck.
hunting for
What a
victims,
horrible, disgusting
and that the
shit.
apartment manager's wife may have been a target. Fortunately for her, she didn't take the bait.
So like,
It really won't take long at all. You don't have just a quick moment to go back and...
No, I don't, but I can send a maintenance guy, okay?
3 nights later, prosecutors say Overstreet conned his way into Julie's apartment with a story about financing a car.
You're looking at buying a car, huh?
At 7:30 p.m., Julie's mother called the apartment. And that's when Julie told her mother that she had company, one of her neighbors. At some point, Overstreet grabbed a steak knife
Yeah, I will. Okay.
and ordered her to undress. Instead, Julie tried to get to the front door. There was a fight, and she ripped the button from his shirt. Overstreet was much bigger than Julie, and without a weapon, she had no chance. He stabbed her repeatedly, spattering himself with her blood. He washed some of it off in the kitchen, then grabbed one of her business cards as a trophy. He then went back to his own apartment to clean up, and some of Julie's blood landed on the door. This cross-transfer of Julie's blood and a button from a shirt like one Overstreet owned led to only one conclusion. Jeremy Overstreet was the killer.
Jeremy didn't need to rape Julie Braun. He had an exotic dancer, a beautiful woman who he could have had sex with just by asking. This wasn't about wanting to have sex. This was wanting to dominate her, to use force on her. It was a crime of violence.
How could someone do that? Why would someone do that? It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Why would someone want that? Why would someone try to do that? Why would anyone want to have other people go through what they would go through?
On March 1st, 2003, Jeremy Overstreet was convicted of first-degree murder, attempted rape, and burglary. At his sentencing, Julie's family had some words for her killer.
I hate you, but I'm not gonna let that take control of me. Because I'm not that kind of person. I'm stronger than you, and my mother was stronger than you. And you know it.
I felt sick just speaking to him. I kept looking at Jeremy Overstreet. Then all I could see was his glum face smirking. Then he'd look down sometimes.
A button and a speck of blood told the story. A jury heard it and sentenced Jeremy Overstreet to 2 life sentences with no possibility of parole.
This guy isn't, pardon my French, but an evil bastard, and I'm relieved he's going to go to prison for the rest of his life.
As you probably
You can
should
try as
be.
hard as you want to cover all your bases. But with forensics and what it's becoming on a day-to-day basis, you better be awful damn good to get rid of everything, because that little speck of blood was Julie's blood, and I could prove it.
They always say that God works in mysterious ways. I believe that the button was put there, was left there, for us to find and for us to continue our investigation and lead us in the right direction.
W episode. I don't want more season 13 episodes. I like old ones. These have all been seen. Okay. Let me just open Insignificant Other is what this one's called. Insignificant Others. Could be good.
A woman's suicide raised questions about why she did it. Was it depression, anger, revenge? Until a forensic pathologist questioned whether it was a suicide at all.
W intro music. This is why we watch old episodes, chat.
Her dream was to marry a successful man, have children, live comfortably, and have lots of friends. 33-year-old Jennifer Corbin got all that and more when she married Dr. Bart Corbin.
They had a houseboat, they had nice cars, and a coveted type career, a dentist. You know, a lot of folks want to be a doctor or lawyer, and they had all that.
But after 7 years of marriage and 2 children, the couple also had serious problems in their relationship.
I had no idea that it was going to be that bad. But it had gotten
Don't bless me for
pretty
that.
bad.
I was just sniffling.
The last month.
Because my nose is weird. Okay. I know what time it is. Let's just
That's
go.
when Bart discovered something while he was sitting in Jennifer's car at a gas station. In her purse was an email from a love interest named Chris.
Love interest.
Know that you are in my heart always.
Oh.
That I love you like I haven't another.
Holy
that I
shit.
love the friendship and honesty I have with you.
Damn, he's so yearning.
He became upset and confronted her about it. And while they were driving home in the car from Jennifer's parents' house on Thanksgiving, the argument got to the point where Bart allegedly struck Jennifer in the face.
Oh, hell.
Apparently, that was the final straw. Their marriage was effectively over.
Yeah, better be.
There were plans being made outside of the marriage. They were going.
Holy shit! If anybody gets abused on my watch, brother, you're dead. In GTA or fucking Minecraft, bruh, I don't fucking care.
Amid rumors, Bart Corbin was also having an affair
Y'all,
with one of his
you know what I
dental
mean by that
assistants.
shit.
The Corbins separated and
Oh
filed
nah.
for divorce.
Oh fucking nah.
And then something terrible happened. On December 4th, 2004, the Corbin's 7-year-old son found his mother dead of an apparent suicide.
What?
A .38 caliber pistol was at her side.
When I woke up this morning, I wanted to go see my mom if I could have breakfast.
Oh my God.
There was no suicide note, but her divorce papers were underneath her body.
Planted by the husband,
or found out about the divorce filing,
or by fucking
was so
the husband's girlfriend or some bullshit like
she had
that.
shot herself. It looked like a lot of indicators that were consistent with suicide.
It wasn't completely outside the realm of possibility that a woman who was facing the loss of her children because of an online affair could have been afraid that she was going to lose custody of her sons, lose her home, lose everything.
Bart Corbin had
Oh my God.
alibi the night of Jennifer's death.
Literally kill me. Literally
He was
kill
out
me.
with friends at a bar, a half-hour's drive
Oh
away.
my God.
Credit card statement showed about 14 beers had been bought between 3 guys that were there at Wild Wings.
Sorry?
From there, Bart drove away.
Credit card statement showed about 14 beers had been bought
14 beers. Okay.
that were there at Wild Wings.
From there, Bart drove
Couldn't
one
tell
of
what
his
the hell
friends
word he
home,
was saying.
then spent the night at his brother's house. Bart's brother confirmed that. In retracing
tired as
Jennifer's
fuck.
activities
It's
that
2:30.
night,
Fuck's sake. Am I literally old?
investigators learned that she was on the phone and computer with
I'm
Chris,
deadass too old for
her
this.
internet friend.
And that's corroborated by the telephone records. She was probably on the phone till right at 1:30 in the morning.
Then police
happens.
learned about an email exchange between Jennifer and her internet love interest, Chris, that was eerily similar to Jennifer's death.
Jennifer, would you take a revolver and load one bullet into it?
Say
Place
what?
it to my forehead and pull the trigger as we have sex.
Say what?
Do you have that in you, Jennifer?
Huh? Chet, what kind of kink is this?
Investigators now began to suspect there was more to
I am
Jennifer's
not into
death
that shit.
than
What
it
the fuck?
first appeared.
Put a gun to my head and pulled the trigger as we... What the hell?
Blood right here. And then she went to wake up. I thought she was sleeping.
It's standard for an autopsy to be performed in suspected suicide cases. Dr. Carol Terry makes no assumptions about the case until she looks at all of the evidence.
I said, whatever you have pertaining to this case, I want to see before I make a ruling. Realizing once I say something, this is going to be a bell that can't be unrung.
Dr. Terry noticed that the angle of
Shouldn't
Jennifer's
you
head wound
look at it
was unusual for a suicide.
without any
The
evidence, so there's
entrance
no
wound
bias?
was in the back of her head, behind her right ear.
Or is that what that was
A
saying?
typical wound path in that it traveled from the back, traveling toward the front. These features were not inconsistent with a suicide. They were atypical.
But the location of the gun was inconsistent with her body position.
There's no way to explain that gun traveling from back here to a position down around her waist, tucked in an area of the comforter.
And there was no blood spatter on Jennifer's hands. A virtual impossibility if she'd shot herself. There was no gunpowder residue either. When the gun was test-fired, it created a significant amount of residue.
Had she shot herself, you would have expected her hand wipings to have been positive as well.
Jennifer's death was officially ruled a homicide. But who had a motive to kill Jennifer?
I don't know, maybe the freaking husband?
A year before her death, as her marriage was crumbling, Jennifer Corbin spent a lot of time on the internet.
Am I
And
stupid
that's
for
how
this
she met
assumption?
Chris, who lived in St. Joseph, Missouri, 800 miles away.
This seems like the most obvious call. Am I dumb?
But then moved to
Did I miss something?
email and began to conduct an online or develop an online relationship.
Soon, their friendship became something more serious.
More serious?
I love the friendship and honesty I have with you.
It's clearly something that someone does to sort of step outside of the real world. I'm not really good at the psychology of it, but it clearly she was using it as a diversion from her real life.
Phone records confirmed
that
Chris was in St. Joseph, Missouri, 800 miles away on the night of Jennifer's murder and was eliminated as a suspect. Jennifer's estranged husband, Bart, also had an alibi. He was out with friends, and his credit card receipts proved it. Then spent the night at his brother's house a half-hour's drive away.
The brother's house?
Then Jennifer's friends told police a shocking piece of information. Bart Corbin's girlfriend in dental school, Dolly Hearn, was also found dead in her apartment with a .38 caliber weapon by her side.
Literally the only chats that I've been getting.
The pathologist, basically says
our streamer.com.
Streamer.com consistent with suicide.
I knew the minute I heard coroner's voice when he said that Dolly had shot herself. I said she did not.
Dolly's parents said the death occurred just after she tried to break up with Bart Corbin. They also claimed Bart Corbin stalked and harassed her.
He broke into the apartment at one point and actually stole Dolly's cat, Tabitha. She had tires slashed, windows broken, all kinds of things.
Corbin also put hairspray in Dolly's contact lens cases.
The hell?
And sabotaged her classwork for dental school.
No
The
way,
Hearn
bro.
family asked Corbin to end the harassment of their daughter, and Corbin agreed.
Is this
Just
harassment?
A few months later,
What is this word that he's
Dolly
using?
was dead.
I have never understood why they didn't pursue it a little more diligently. They had just made up their mind that it was a suicide, and they just couldn't seem to look any farther than that.
What were the chances that Bart Corbin's two love interests would die the same way with the same caliber weapon?
We had somebody who was either just so terribly unlucky to have his wife in 2004 commit suicide and his girlfriend commit suicide years ago, or we had somebody who was committing murders.
Dolly Hearn and Jennifer Corbin had never met, but they had one thing in common. They both tried to end relationships with Bart Corbin.
Bart.
When Jennifer Corbin's death was
Get the
ruled
fuck
a
out.
homicide, investigators in Augusta, Georgia, reopened Dolly Hearn's case. Dolly's death was first investigated 14 years earlier when there was no trained blood spatter expert on the police staff. Now they had one, Dwayne Piper.
This is way too
There were
many.
some red flags that jumped out at me initially that suicide wasn't really even conceivable in this case.
Dolly was found sitting cross-legged on her couch, her head slumped over her left side. The gun had been in her right hand, although when this picture was taken, paramedics had already removed it. The entrance wound was on the right side of her head, but strangely, there was no blood on her right hand.
She couldn't have been holding a gun. There was no backspatter on the exposed parts of her hand, which would have had impact stains on them from backspatter.
This proved that Dolly's arm was by her side when the shot took place. And Piper noticed that the blood on her left thigh was not blood spatter caused by a gunshot.
Those were transfer stains that were put there immediately with fresh blood. So that was a blood stain transfer that was placed there by somebody with a bloody hand, bloody arm, or a bloody object that transferred that stain onto the leg.
Dolly Hearn was killed with her own .38 caliber pistol, one she kept in her apartment for protection.
This was a homicide. She didn't shoot herself. I don't care who says that she was the only one there. It's impossible.
Now
W
Dr. Bart
confidence.
Corbin found himself facing not one, but 2 counts of first-degree murder. But investigators still had to refute Corbin's alibi for the night of his wife Jennifer's murder. He claimed he left the bar shortly after 1 a.m., then went to his brother Bobby's house to spend the night. But Bart's cell phone records show he made a call at 1:58 a.m., showing Bart's location was somewhere else.
We found out what cell phone tower he hit, which was very close to his house, which was contrary to where he says he was through his friends and brothers.
Uh-oh.
And who did Corbin call? Phone records show he called his marriage counselor's answering service to cancel the appointment he and Jennifer had for the next day.
That's crazy.
I can just imagine him sitting in the driveway, contemplating killing his wife, and calling the marriage counselor to cancel the appointment, knowing that he won't need it because he's about to walk into the house and kill his wife. That's the scenario that I think is most likely.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bart's alibi fell completely apart.
Don't talk to me about the fact that I'm building this shit out of slabs.
When his neighbor heard Bart pull into his driveway around 1:45 in the morning.
I know it's psychopath shit. I'm pissed that he stole the cobblestone on the slabs.
And it was Bart pulling in the driveway. I just know it was him because I've heard that truck several times before.
But police wanted to know where Corbin got the .38 caliber pistol he used to kill his wife. They learned that it was purchased by a man in Birmingham, Alabama named Richard Wilson. Interestingly, Richard Wilson and Bart Corbin knew each other.
Richard Wilson was a guy who worked for Bart and Corbin's father. The father had hired him out of college. He was a salesman for the father's company.
When interviewed, Wilson denied ever owning a .38 caliber pistol and denied any recent contact with Corbin. But police found evidence that Bart Corbin called Wilson on his cell phone
not perfect.
shortly
It
before
won't
Jennifer's murder. Now facing prosecution himself as an accessory to murder, Wilson decided to cooperate in exchange for immunity.
Immunity? Fuck
he said
you.
That he thought his wife was fooling around on him. He thought he needed a gun to protect himself. And he knew I had guns. He asked me if I had one, and I had gotten one a while back, traded it for a used lawnmower. I just told him he could have it. So he came down here and got it.
Finding the gun and the origin of the gun is what closed the deal. It's what compelled Bart Corbin to plea.
And then
I hate that one.
Corbin
that one
learned the shocking
always
truth
scares
about
me,
Jennifer's internet friend, Chris. It was the last thing he would have suspected. Prosecutors believe that Bart Corbin was incapable of handling rejection from women.
We found many women that he ended the relationship with, and he's comfortable with that. But he can't take it when a woman ends the relationship. And I think that's the motivation for all of this.
Chad, I gotta see if he's chopped. I gotta
When
see
Corbin
if he's
was
chopped.
in dental school, he met and dated a vivacious 27-year-old fellow student, Dolly Hearn.
That's her. She is
They dated
beautiful.
for about a year, until Dolly decided to end their relationship, which Corbin couldn't accept. The evidence shows
Holy
he
baddie.
stalked her, intimidated her, and even sabotaged some of the coursework she needed to graduate.
That's crazy.
When this didn't work, prosecutors believe Corbin went to Dolly's apartment on a social visit. He may have asked to use the bathroom, which gave him the opportunity to take Dolly's gun that she kept under her bed for protection. Then he shot her with it. The blood shows he moved her body to make it look like a suicide. Years later,
let's try to at least
when
finish
his wife,
the
Jennifer,
middle part
wanted a
class-wise.
divorce, he tried it again. On the night of the murder, Bart established an alibi by going out drinking with friends. Jennifer was on the phone and computer with her friend Chris until 1:30. Bart arrived close to 2 a.m. and called his marriage counselor's answering service to cancel their appointment for the next day. Then he barged into the bedroom while Jennifer was watching television and killed her. he moved her body to look like a suicide, but he placed the gun in the wrong location, and there was no blood or gunpowder residue on her hand. Before leaving, he put a copy of their divorce papers under Jennifer's body to provide a possible motive for the suicide. Then he drove to his brother's house to sleep overnight. Jennifer's murder and all the mistakes were the same ones he made when he murdered Dolly Hearn 14 years earlier.
Holy shit.
Until he killed Jennifer Corbin, Barton Corbin had gotten away with the murder of Dolly Hearn. So why not repeat the pattern that succeeds?
God.
The circumstances were the same. Both Jennifer Corbin and Dolly Hearn were through with Bart Corbin. They wanted to end the relationship. They were turning their back on him.
We see it all the time.
Fuck.
Killers or criminals will oftentimes repeat a pattern that they think works until it doesn't work anymore, and that's usually when we catch them.
It must have been a surprise when Bart learned the truth about Jennifer's internet friend, Chris. The two had never met in person. They knew one another only through emails and telephone calls. And Corbin also didn't know that Chris was a woman.
No way.
It says how desolate her life was, that she was willing to grasp at any straw to
that changes
have
everything.
Some companionship.
Did you in fact commit the offense of malice murder to which you are now pleading guilty as it is outlined in the indictment?
Yes.
In order to avoid a death sentence, Bart Corbin pled guilty to the murders of both Jennifer and Dolly Hearn.
Holy fucking idiot.
And is serving concurrent life sentences.
I'm just glad that he admitted it, and I'm glad that it settles the question once and for all. That's what's important to us. It's not up to us. Vengeance is not up to us. The Lord will take care of that.
Bart Corbin had gotten away with murder once, but by 2004, forensic science made sure he wouldn't do it again.
It's so unfortunate that someone else had to die for this case to be brought back to light.
He might be smarter than some of us as individuals. Collectively, as our science and forensics has evolved, he's not smarter than all that.
If the forensics hadn't advanced from 1990, Jennifer's death would have gone into the same file as Dolly Hearn's did for 14 years. We would have never solved it.
Cray cray, chat. Holy fuck. Sorry, chat, I gotta let this play out. Well, that actually really pisses me off. The fact that I can't get it done like this. Okay, it's 10:51. I think that I just put on some music. How do we feel about that? Because I feel good. What does Mario Jazz mean? It's just gonna play the fucking
feeling when you check your bank account and
Mario
your paycheck's days away. And of course,
first level music. Maybe this one. Actually, Nintendo will Nintendo steal my shit? Probably. That's really what. Especially if it's just like ripped straight. If it's, you know. You already know, Chad. I'm down for some Pokemon Jazz every single time. This guy's a fucking wizard on those keys. Ow. Jesus. Holy beautiful. Holy fucking beautiful. Damn. Oh, there's still a stack. Guys, put the coal together. Small leak, chat. Small leak. Trust, I'm working on it. If I think of something to yap about, I will, of course, yap about it. At the current moment, I'm just kind of chill. I was super tired all today. And, you know. Then I had to, wow. Then I had to cook. That was a lovely experience. You know all about that. Or maybe you don't. And if you don't, then you're not a part of the privileged club that gets to know my life. Maybe someday. Or something. Did I build one under the top? I did. That's good. Oh. Chat, I gotta go back to my home. Holy flashbang. Here it comes. W. Oh my god, it looks like a blue in the mornings. That's so beautiful though. Holy cinema. Holy cinema. Oh my god! No way. I didn't think you... Holy cinema. Sammy, I downloaded shaders. For the first time, I finally figured out how to do shaders. I didn't think I was gonna get to see you tonight. Or hear from you. Yes. So, I have a lot of opportunity to make things look. The BBG is gorgeous, dude. It is so good. I just need to like get glass, and then we can start filling it in with all kinds of trees and bees and plants and stuff. But trust, I hope you love how this looks, because I do. I think this looks really cool. Frame wise and just like color overall, everything. Like the visionary, truly. I mean, come on. Yeah. God, I should have been an architect, huh? But only in Minecraft. Only in Minecraft. It's fine. Oh, Shaders reloaded. I guess that... Oh, okay. I just have to press the button R to do that. Yeah, wrong call, genuinely. But then I wouldn't have met you, so, I mean... What do you want? Because I mean... Let's be real. Come on. Holy, 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. That's late for you. That's really late for you. Oh, man. Did you... L parallel universe, genuinely. Was that concert tonight or is that tomorrow night? Because I kind of forgot, or I don't know if you said. I think it is. It must be tomorrow, surely. That's on me for real for forgetting, but you know. Yeah. Wow, it looks so pretty. Fuck. Oh my god. Don't piss me off with the fucking glass, dude. Either you're typing still, or you have been talking to somebody else. Which is totally fine. Oh, never mind. Okay. That's funny. So you felt crazy, huh? You felt crazy. Oh, funny. Funny. Well, hey, I'm glad you're crazy. I'm glad you're a little crazy. Because now you're here, and now this is so cool. Look at the fucking shadows! Oh my god, I literally could not stop fucking glazing the shaders in this. I'm just like, oh my god, it's so pretty. The concert was tonight. Oh, okay. That's so cool. So you just got to hear a bunch of like pieces by John Williams. Like, was he was like actually there, right? Surely. Hence you being up. Hey, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take that. That's so cool. Man. But E.T. Yeah, I like looked him up and I was like, I like, look, I mean, I know the movies, but I was not cultured on who wrote the music or who composed the music or anything like that. Now I know Ball. He wasn't there? Oh, that's a shame. He is like 94 or some shit. So you kind of can't blame him. He's probably just chilling, doing jack shit as somebody that is that age should. But that's a shame though. But I'm glad you had fun. That's so awesome. You'll hear me if you rewatch the beginning of this stream, which you probably will. I don't know. I was kind of like, I wish I got more into like going to orchestral concerts and stuff. Yeah, he's not going to Iowa. You never know though. Sometimes people pop out here and you're like, what? What the hell are you even doing here? He's still composing too? Oh shit. I would have thought he would have been like mega retired by now. Bro's just doing it for the love of the game. That's crazy. Yeah. No, genuinely, send me a schedule. I would go. I mean, I'm so serious. Just send me when things happen. I remember you told me about concerts before, but I always am like, you know, yeah, let me know. Because I know in my band, I would always tell people not to go because I knew I was bad and I was like, don't watch me. Don't go there to watch me because I'm ass. And so I knew you know, enjoyed band and were good, of course. But I didn't want to like force myself onto onto you and be like, let me know so I can show up. I don't care if you don't want me there. But now I'm saying it. Now I'm saying it. Send me the schedule if you do band next year. Look at how fucking cool the house looks with the shaders. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy cinema. Holy cinema. Holy cinema. Dude. Best decision of my fucking life today. Okay, so Friday, you know most of Friday, but I can give you a recap. Yes, yes. Um so Friday I drove home uh and we had dinner at this place that we always have dinner at. My phone is like dead. So like I I had like seen some of your notifications, but I was like I don't want to like start the message and then have my phone die and then, you know, it'd be some, you know, whatever. But anyway, so we ate at that place. It was great. Went home, streamed, went to bed. That was really simple. Really simple day. Today, I went and like my this is why am I saying this like it's actually interesting? It was so boring, Sammy. But you know, whatever. Woke up early to take the old people in my life out for coffee with my parents. Uh, and did that. Then after that, we went shopping, and then my dad proceeded to tell me that he wanted to buy all of the plants and foliage for the back and front yard, and because of my self-appointed special interest, that was now my job. So, so we went to a few garden centers and picked some stuff out, and then that's kind of what I did for the rest of the day was arranging that outside. I will send you the pictures right this second. Hold on, trust. The last one's really simple. They just wanted me to pot a big hanging plant. Yes, the frog statue was from one of the garden centers. Yes. Should I give you more context when I send you pictures like that? I feel like sometimes it's more funny if you just see the picture and you're just left thinking, okay, well, what the fuck? It's good. It's funny, but like, what the hell? But you know, I told my dad when we went to the garden center, the lighting makes it look really bright, but yeah, no, that's what I thought. Holy Aurora Borealis! What the fuck? Did you see that? What the hell? What the fuck? Okay. So I told my dad, I was like, I've always wanted to like throw together somewhat of a like dark purple and pink kind of I have no idea where it came from. I have no idea. But I always wanted to throw together some kind of like dark purple and pink kind of setup. Yes. Mm-hmm. All the little flowers. Yes. So we just like those ones in the first two images that I sent you were just like picked out at the garden center separately and then added to a pot. They look a lot better in person, I gotta admit, because they're limited by the one angle of them that I took. But I swear they look really good. I swear. Come on, I put them together myself, so I gotta give myself some credit here. But yes, and then one of them, of course, features a dahlia because they always do. Yes. Mm-hmm. Those are petunias. Yes. Yes. But yeah, and then we had to go to a grad party for one of my parents. Here, I'll just like sit here with like this. For one of my parents' like hometown friends. Yes, the dahlia. But had to go to a grad party. Then after that, at the grad party they had mini donut bites. Or not donut, brownie bites. They were so good, so good. I had like 3 of them when I think the expected serving size was like 1 or 2. I just kept sneaking them, I think. Anyway, after that, we went to the grocery store, and it was kind of just like my dad was like, "Okay, well, what do you do to make your dinner?" And I was just kind of like, oh, "Fuck, okay, awesome." So we go in there, buy all the shit, come back home, and then we sit around for a little bit. Meanwhile, the entire day, my dad is having like one of the most severe allergic reactions I have ever seen in my life. He was out like mowing and doing, you know, uh, lawn work earlier in the day, but apparently something got in his system, and he was sneezing and sniffling and whatever all fucking day, like my stream yesterday. Um, and so I mean, it doesn't play a part other than that he was like sick and wanted to just not move around a ton. So we sit around in the living room and outside for a little while, and then I finally start prepping dinner because I was like, okay, well, you want to eat at like 6:30 or 7, something like that, whatever. And they were like, yeah, for sure. And they wanted me to make the basil pasta, which when we make that, we need to do it with homemade pasta. I think that would be really, really good. I know we've talked about that before, but we do have to do that because that would be even better. Even better. But anyway, yes. But yeah, so I start prepping, but like in the way that I do it at home, which is just like I just put on a YouTube video in my ear of, either some kind of podcast or somebody playing games, whatever. It doesn't even matter. But like I'm chilling. I'm like so low cortisol when I'm starting. I was just prepping, I was just chopping shit up. It was so nice. So nice. And then and then dad gets up from sleeping on the couch from taking like a short nap because he was so tired and congested. He gets up and just like walks over to the kitchen and then just plops his ass down right on the kitchen counter, which is like, like most kitchen setups, right in the middle of the kitchen. So now it's just like I'm doing my thing, and now there is this presence that's here, and I don't. This is not something that I hope me explaining this doesn't make you think that cooking with me would be a bad experience, but it's more so that I know my father, and I know that if he watches everything that I do, he will make some comment if anything is slightly off of what he did. and I think, and that's not for everybody else, unless you become a very micromanaging person in the kitchen, and that's fine. We can figure that out. We're good enough friends to where we can communicate these things. But like, yes, it would be so different because it would be both of us working together to make it fun and make it good. Not, I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing it in all the wrong ways, but it just felt like I was being monitored the entire time for any kind of mistake, right? And my mom is sitting outside the entire time up until now. Okay, so I had finished prepping. Yeah, yeah. And so I had finished prepping, and I was like starting to make up the chicken, and and then my mom comes in, and they're both just sitting at the counter watching my every move. And it would have been fine if the vibe, if like the energy of the room wasn't that I felt like I was being monitored the entire time. They were both just watching me, and I was avoiding looking at them every single time. And every time I did look at them, they were both just staring at me. And now I'm just meant to sit in the kitchen and perform and just be this cook that they think I am because I'm just throwing shit in the pan, you know? And then someday it worked. And it is really good. But, you know, I was just like, oh my god, I cannot do this. I texted you those messages right as I was cooking the chicken. And I was cooking on a different kind of pan. My mom bought my dad a bunch of Hexclad pans, which are really expensive non-stick kind of pans. But the pans that I had been using, how many times can I say pans? Holy shit. The pans that I had been using in my apartment was more of a stainless steel pan. So I had worked with that, and I knew it was going to work with the chicken. But Hexclad pans get really hot really quickly, and you can't manipulate the heat very quickly at all. And sometimes shit just gets out of hand. Nothing went wrong in the cooking, but it was like the way that I do it with my stainless steel pan is a lot of the chicken like bits, like the crust or whatever where the flavor's at, gets like stuck to the bottom of the pan. And I scrape it off when I make the sauce, and it makes almost all of the flavor from there with additional things added like the Parmesan and the basil. So with that sauce, there was significantly less chicken bits because the pans were non-stick, so less was happening. And then, yes, it is the strat, genuinely. And oh my god, I hate to just sit here and be like everything that he said made me angry, but genuinely everything he said made me angry. Like I kept like saying this is like a voice in my head kind of thing, so I don't know if you'll understand this, but it literally felt like there was a little me yelling at myself to find a way to tell them to just go sit on the couch and leave me the fuck alone. Like I genuinely was searching for a way to say it in the nicest way possible, and I couldn't find it because I was like, I know you guys are watching me out of like love and out of fascination for the fact that I just kind of figured this shit out someday, but I genuinely hated every second of it because it just felt like everything I was doing was going to be wrong in their eyes, and then it was just some point of conflict, and then I don't know. It's just like that doesn't happen frequently with my parents, but I just worry that it will, and then somebody's pissed off, and then I fucked up. Like like the voice the voice for only schizophrenic, but like it genuinely felt like there was a voice inside my head yelling over and over again, just go to the fucking couch, Just go to the fucking couch. And I don't know. I don't know. But seriously, it was just like, oh my god, I can't do this shit. But I don't know. So I end up whipping it up. Oh, and, and during the cooking, right? One thing that I've always wanted for my own apartment is like a temperature thermometer. So when my dad suggested, there it is. There it is again. Oh my, holy cinema, holy cinema. What the fuck? Okay, every second is cinema in this world. Anyway, but yes, so there was a point where the chicken was like cooked, right? It was fairly cooked, but I didn't like that there was not as much color on it. Okay, so I was cooking it longer, and look, I know this sounds like I'm being nitpicky and a total asshole, but I was just like super stressed and whatever. And my dad was like, "Those are probably cooked. You could probably take those off." And then he proceeds to like find the temperature thermometer and then proceeded to look up at what temperature should you take chicken off of the pan or off the whatever to let it rest. And I'm just kind of like, please leave me alone, please. I beg, I can't do this. I literally can't take another second of this right now. And oh my god, Sammy, I think I should get like financially compensated for my ability to deal with that kind of interaction. Cuz it's like the worst ever when you're like you when you know, oh my god. When you know exactly what you're doing wrong, but you're choosing to do it a different way, and then somebody points it out, you're just like, oh my god, shut the fuck up. Oh my god, I can't take it right now. I hate this shit more than you could ever fucking know. You know? But anyway, I don't want to ruin dinner, so it's so we just keep on trucking or whatever. But yeah, so then I get around to making the sauce. That part goes easy. Nobody bothers me during that time because the pan's making loud noises. So normally, oh no, that's not true. That's not true actually. I did get bothered because I threw the pasta in the pan and I was just kind of like, maybe if I give my dad a task, he'll shut the fuck up. Respectfully, okay. Respectfully, I swear I love my parents. I swear I love my parents. But like, so I told him that I had thrown the pasta in and I had a stopwatch going. So I was like, when that reaches 37 minutes on the timer, the pasta should be done. So just keep track of that for me. I'm going to focus on the sauce, even though I am fully mentally capable of handling doing the sauce and the pasta at the same time. I just gave him that task because I thought that would leave me alone. And what was it? It was shit. There was something about it. Hold on. I don't know. He just like I don't know. I just kept getting bothered and I couldn't stop it. I genuinely couldn't stop it. Oh wait. No, what was it? Fuck. I don't know. Apparently that wasn't as notable, so it must not have been as bad. But anyway. Yeah, so we get down to making the sauce and all the things. And then I served it up, and then they, proceeded to say that it was awesome and whatever, full support. And, I thought it was okay. It was pretty solid. Not my best work ever, because I had to, like, double my normal portions, because I was like, this is, different, because of course I'm trying to feed 2 more people. But yeah, it turned out good. You saw that picture. Still looked okay, right? I mean, surely. But but yeah, so that was kind of the day, honestly. If you feel like typing out your whole day, that would be cool. If not, we can we could talk about it some other time. But I would love to know your day as well. Bougie, you know me. You know me. Right. I try so hard, you know. or if you're of course too tired to type anything out, I also 100% get that. That looks good. Yeah, I like that. Is that even? Oh my god. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. This place is so fucking cool. Holy shit. Oh my god. And then we could put bees all up there and have the. Oh my god. This is gonna look so fucking good, Sammy. But I'm assuming you're typing now, so don't change anything that you're writing. Just, you know. I also added this weird little staircase. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I just need to get a good angle before I start reading. Sorry. Holy cinema. Okay. All right. I know there needs to be butterfly. Do you think I could find a mod that adds only butterflies and only butterflies and only butterflies? Because now that I've dipped my toes in, you know. Okay, I'll read your message. Oh, fun. Whoa. Oh, different Ainsley. Okay, I honestly didn't know that there was another one. Wait, pause. Wait. I'm confused. Whatever. I ate like that's you know what? Oh, and then nothing else. Oh. Okay. The concert. Yes. No, that's great. That's so great. I don't know that I ever asked you. Are there this is so stupid to ask. Are there other Thomases in your life? Do you know other like Thomases that are like our age or your age? I was I'm always kind of curious because I've told you how many random ass Sams there are in my life. None other than the 2 at work. I see. Yeah, I think I made up for the protein intake for both of us. So for the chicken, it's like there were 12 pieces of chicken, okay? Because you take a breast, cut off the kind of thin end, and then you slice in half the thicker end, and then that's 3 pieces. You have 4 breasts, 3, 3, 3, 3, 12. Guess how many of those I ate out of my whole family? I don't need you to guess. I'll tell you. It was 7. 7 of the 12. My 7. It was 7. So I definitely covered the protein intake for both of us today. I was just scarfing it down at chicken. It was actually probably horrible. But dude, the protein. I swear. I promise. Impressive. I don't know that that's something that should be impressive or just, wow, you ate that much, huh? Okay, right. But I will say, one of the things that I plan to have in my next apartment are these like massive, like 6-foot tall mirrors that I have at home because my mom stole them from a job site where they were just giving them away. We have like 5 of them just sitting around the house, and I told my mom I wanted at least one of them for the apartment. No, there's nothing wrong with eating that many Reese's Puffs. Come on, cheat day. But anyway, yes. So I like I have pictures that I will probably not send you of myself in these in this mirror, because it was just like, it's always in such a weirdly good lighting location. But yeah, whatever. I don't even know why I'm talking about this. I don't know. I'm just fucking rambling because I was talking about the mirrors. But yeah. So anyway. But yeah, I mean, that was basically my day, because after that, after dinner, I just came down here and started streaming. And I've just kind of been doing this since, just gathering sand and glass for this. And then, whatever. But, no pressure. But, are you still, are you still planning to, how do I say this without the location? Busy days. To go to my location next weekend. That works, right? Surely. Without sounding, yeah. No pressure if not, but I know you're trying to work other jobs as well. So, just keep me in the loop. No pressure if you can't or anything like that. But if you can, that would be sick. That would be so sick. Just let me know. You're sick of driving. Yeah. If you gave me some gas, I could drive all the way there and back. That would be a waste of my time. But if you're that tired of driving, we'll see. We'll see. I've already said how bored I'm gonna get on the weekends, especially when there's nothing to do. So maybe I will drive all the way out to where you're at. But that would be crazy. Quick 4 hours. Yeah. Oh, what the hell, you know? Let me just start at 5 a.m. I'll be there. But anyway. But I just wanted to ask, because that was what was on my mind. But anyway. I keep having this, like, what the hell is... Oh. Oh, why is my skin doing that? Are you seeing it? Wait. Oh, that's... No. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm glad you even showed up at all. Honestly. All of my face is gone from the right angles, I guess. Hold on. Oh. Holy mirror face. What the fuck? This is... Okay. Yeah, just don't look at yourself when the shaders are on. Noted. Alright. Got you. This is a learning experience for all of us. But anyway, yeah, actually, here, let me... W-stream. Yes. So, anyway, I will talk to you later. Good night. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow on next stream, perchance. Because I'll probably stream tomorrow too. I'll stream every day soon. It's so fun. But yeah. So most likely. Alright. Sounds good. Cool. Well, I will talk to you later. Oh, I do have to meal prep as well. But I can do it earlier in the day. So that or whenever. You let me know. When you're gonna meal prep. Yes. Bye. Talk to you later. Yes. Only delay the fucking end of stream. Who cares? Who fucking cares? Alright. Bye.